Hi everybody, it's Grace. Welcome to Eating Peace in July. So here it is Wednesday, and I was thinking about what I would share as my small little tip or idea, something about my own recovery, arriving at eating peace for this particular week. And I saw on my bookshelf a fabulous book that's really helpful for some people by Carolyn Costin. She wrote a book called 8 Keys to Recovery from an Eating Disorder. She has some really great principles and ideas in there. What I love about Carolyn, who I've done some training with, is that she recovered from her own eating disorder and went on to open inpatient programs and outpatient programs in the United States that are really phenomenal. And that's where I refer people if anyone ever wants to work with me. I have them go there first if they really need to just stop, just immerse themselves in something completely different, which can often be a powerful move. Let's just completely change the channel. It's really funny. It's the opposite of what I often say. We're always changing the channel on ourselves, trying to change the feeling, get distracted, move over here, not face what seems to be really going on, wanting to distract ourselves from feelings. But if you're really, really overwhelmed and you want to do an inpatient program, I recommend it. I mean, if you just can't stop and you need support, they can be amazing. Not everyone can do it. I experienced it myself in the 1980s in Denver, Colorado. So it was very powerful to just take myself right out of my whole entire life and go into a program where day in and day out I was with people that were supporting me in recovery as best they knew how. So just in thinking about that, I wanted to say that first. But we're talking about feelings, right? This desire to movement to change the channel and not feel your feelings. And I love how Carolyn, and I found the same to be true, says, feel your feelings, challenge your thoughts. Feel your feelings, challenge your thoughts. The way I always did it was, do not feel your feelings, do not challenge any of your thoughts. Like if I'm thinking something, if I'm thinking I'm not good enough, if I'm thinking somebody's going to hurt me, if I'm thinking that the world is a dangerous place, I just believed it. I had my proof. I could look around and see what wasn't working. And if I had strong feelings, I had thoughts about those feelings, like, it is really bad to be so dramatic and over-emotional, so can you please reel that in a little bit? Can you put a lid on it? That's like the voice that would be talking to me. Repress those strong feelings. Do not feel them. They're over-emotional. It's not going to help at all. It's not going to help at all. That is such an amazing thought, an idea to question, or any of our thoughts really, about feelings. I had so many judgments of feelings. You could tell that I had these judgments because I would look over at that person that was blubbering in a movie theater at the movie, and I'd think, oh, for God's sake, do you have to be so demonstrative? I mean, really, it's not that sad. Meanwhile, I could cry at commercials, right? I just wasn't letting myself have grief and sadness, especially. But even anger, I would judge. There's something wrong with me for being so mean. So notice just what your thoughts are in the most simple way. That's what we can narrow it down to today for this short, brief idea about recovery and discovering peace, uncovering yourself into peace, is just see who's out there in the world, if you can't do it to yourself, that you judge for feeling. They are showing that feeling and you really don't like it very much. Because then you can actually inquire, is that true that that feeling is dangerous or vulnerable? Or there's something wrong with the person who feels that? Is there any benefit? Because that feeling does exist in the human condition. Every feeling does. Could there be a benefit for it? To become more gentle with that and actually feel your feelings, ride the wave, follow that, feel them, be with them, is to respect them and honor them. It's like that amazing Rumi poem, welcome all the guests in. All the guests, including the ones that look a little seedy, dark, mean, uncomfortable. Have a talk with those parts of yourself to become a whole person that has all these different segments and parts and feelings. You're not, sometimes we'll expect ourselves like a really, recovered person that never emotionally eats. What that would look like is it feels like constant peace, waves sitting by the ocean, and I'm at completely, some sort of equanimity at all times within. And that's not really being human. It's just not being human. Everybody has experiences that change and morph and move all day long around them. And you can have a normal human response. In fact, moving towards the response probably is going to provide less resistance, and it's going to allow that feeling to run itself, run its course, and then end rather than resisting it. So try that. Just start with maybe writing in your journal about what your judgments are, what's dangerous, what's threatening about feeling a certain feeling, or that other person over there that you're looking at, them feeling that big feeling. What do you not like about it? Then you can see what your thoughts are, and you can begin to inquire and question whether they're really true. Turn them around to the opposite. See what that would be like. All right. Take care, everybody. Enjoy. Lots of peace.